Hi guys, I'm with Grappling Hearts. We're live now. I'm with Mike Padilla. If anyone doesn't know Mike, he's a EBI veteran. He's been on Fight to Win. He's been at Abu Dhabi World Pro Trials, and he's been on finishers. So he's done quite a few big stages. We're happy to have him here. How you doing,
Thanks
Mike?
for having me. I'm all right. How about
Oh,
you?
hanging in there.
Yeah, I hear
Um,
you. Crazy times we're living in.
for sure, it's nuts. Hopefully it ends soon.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Mike, I guess to start us off, we kind of want to talk about what got you started in the martial arts, how the beginnings were.
Yeah, I got started probably around 2008, I believe, and I just one of my buddies was training in this gym in PA here, and he said I should try it out because I wrestled a little bit in high school. I did pretty well. I was okay. So he's like, "Oh, you're probably good at this stuff." So I tried it out, got my butt kicked, and I was hooked since then.
That's awesome. That's how it goes a lot of times. So where you're in PA, did you actually get to go train at Henzo's quite a bit?
Like in my earlier belt, I
Yeah,
was commuting there here and there, but I work a full time job, so it was tough to get down there when I should be getting down there. It's tough room down there.
well, you bring up working full time. You work construction, right?
I do, I do. I'm a commercial plumber.
Got you. How hard? Which I mean, I see it all the time, but can you kind of talk about how it is to balance that full time job, you own your own school teaching, and trying to compete?
Uh, it's definitely a juggling routine, but I do what I can. Um, I don't get to train as much as a lot of my people that I go against and whatnot, but the 3 to 4 days that I do train with my students, I try to put a good effort and work on what I'm bad at and see what's new out there and if I can work on anything like that. But I really I just compete to have fun, to be honest with you. Like, I've got no grand illusions of being a ADCC champ or anything. I just like to get out there and mix it up, have some fun, win or lose.
100%. But see, for you, or at least for me, I feel like this is what makes you so scary is that you do it just for fun. You don't get to do it full time, and you're still up there with the elite competitors and been on some of the biggest stages. I think it was I can't remember if it was a Gamblers Invitational or Zapatero. There was one down in Florida I went with to Joe to watch, and
Yeah,
you had him at, yeah, it was nuts. Just the way you constantly attack,
yeah, I
that
like to push the
mindset.
pace.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. That's what I love about it. So were you, obviously you say you do this for fun, and as you just said, you like to push your pace. Do you feel like it's just thing where you're just there to have fun, where you don't mind if you get put in a bad position, and it's also a thing where you feel like you got to push the pace to constantly be invited back? Can, like, what's that mindset?
Yeah, for sure. Because I don't compete as much as I should to get on these stages, but I've been blessed to get some opportunities from guys like Josh and Josh LeDuc and Eddie Bravo and Seth Daniels and those guys. So whenever I show up and I put my name on the line, I want people to know that you're gonna see some fireworks. So it's a little bit of both. I love to compete. I love to mix it up, but I want to make sure I get another invite.
Absolutely, and I feel like you always deliver. I don't think there's ever been a time I see you compete where it's stalling or like no one's engaging. Like you're all constantly just clashing. It's really nice to see.
For sure. Live and die by that sword.
Absolutely, that Viking, you know.
For sure.
Um,
For sure.
do you have a show that comes to mind when you first started to blow up and get on some of these bigger shows that like when they offered it to you, you were like the excitement was unreal, like your first show that
For
was a
sure.
success?
Definitely. definitely EBI. When I was on
Yeah,
EBI 3, that card in itself was ridiculous. I was starstruck the whole time. Like
I'm
all the
sure.
guys that I study were on that card. Guys like Gary, Eddie Cummins was on that card. Um, Boogeyman was on that card. There was crazy names on there. Josh
That's
Hanger, who I
sad.
lost to the first round to. I don't know how he made that weight, but he did. It was just awesome to be a part of that. That light on that stage is different. It's different.
I believe it. And like you said, where it's people that you used to study, I'm sure that's like one of the great things about jiu-jitsu is like you hear that quote, work until your idols become your rivals. And then jiu-jitsu, it's a real thing. Like if you stick with it and continue to push, you do get to compete against some of the bigger names like that. And it's nuts.
For sure, for sure. And it's just crazy how far along. I started jujitsu in 2008, and like a super fight was like unheard of. If it was a super fight, it was like literally the two top guys there were. They brought them in to do a match at a tournament or something. And it was like not how it is today. All their opportunities are given to the younger belts. Back when I was in my white to purple, whatever, we only had like Nagas and Grapplers Quest, and then you get your trials and all the IBJJF tournaments. But now, with Fight to Win and EBI and Submission Underground and Josh's Sapatero, and like those opportunities are ridiculous. People were very lucky.
Well, okay, where you're saying that, can you kind of talk about what you think it means for jiu-jitsu in terms of, like you said, it used to be you only had like Naga, Grappler's Quest, versus now, like you listed off all that stuff. That's doing a lot for jiu-jitsu. Can you kind of expand on what you think it means for the future of it?
Yeah, I mean, we're on a little bit of an uphill battle right now as far as getting our name out there, but I think with some of these guys that are really pushing their events, I think we could possibly be on the main stage one day. It would be awesome if it would be like a part of the Olympics or something, which it
It'd be great.
definitely should be, but God willing, something like that happens for more
Maybe one
opportunities,
day.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, so where you have a busy schedule, like we say, you work full time on school, you compete. You also have a very nice family. Shout out to the wife
Thank you.
for letting you spare some time.
Thank you. Thank you.
But where you have all that going on, does that make the desire for bigger shows more
Yeah,
intense?
yeah, for sure. When I get like a big match or something, like I'm definitely fighting for something all the time. But
Absolutely.
um, jujitsu's it's hard to explain. Like I uh I don't even know how to explain it. But my family definitely comes first before jujitsu. So for me to be able to cut some time out and go do what I love to do is I definitely want to put 100% into that show that day. Even though I can't really train the way I want to, but I definitely go out there and fight hard. So that's all I care about.
Sure. And where that is still in like your head, where like family comes first and all. Do you feel like that like once you reach some of your goals, get on some of these bigger tournaments, like we said, it makes it more meaningful?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Definitely, especially if I get a good match and win one. It's like holy crap, I'm not supposed to win that match. These guys are training full time, and I just here and there get to train with my students. But I don't take anything for granted.
That's good, dude. I'm glad you said it. Like, I'm not trying to play anyone full blast or nothing, but I'm just curious to hear. What was the first match you won that you're like, whoa, that wasn't supposed to happen? Like, oh my god. Do you have a match that comes to mind?
There's been a couple definitely like I think my match with Wilson Hayes, I thought would be a little more one-sided. He's another guy that I came up watching. He was a black belt when I was a white belt, and I watched him forever. The guy was a maniac, you know. I was definitely surprised at how good my jiu-jitsu was, and my match with, you know, I lost this match, but my match with Enrico Coco, I kind of thought I didn't think he was gonna kick my ass, but I definitely thought he was gonna, you know, work me over a little bit, but yeah, I held my own.
And
Definitely
with you know,
surprised there.
for sure. Or you're talking about that. I feel like when people say that jiu-jitsu is humbling, I feel like it's also humbling in that way of where you got people who are like, "No, man, I'm not that good. I couldn't do that." They go out there and do that, and they're like, "Oh, snap! I can do that."
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like I feel
it's
like it goes
definitely
both
like,
ways.
oh shit, I'm actually okay at this.
Like, man, I might be a little bit of a badass. All right.
Yeah, for sure. Jiu-jitsu is awesome.
100%, dude. So like going from white belt all the way to black belt, you know, obviously studying comes into play as we keep bringing up. Did you have any certain names or techniques specifically that you love just to look at?
You know, I kind of like try to mix my style off of everybody. You know, definitely in my like younger belt, I definitely was like more of an Eddie Bravo. I loved every Eddie Bravo style, so I took a lot of his rubber guard work because of my flexibility. I'm pretty flexible in my hip flexors, so all the omoplatas and stuff came very pretty natural to me. Um, and then like just moving period. Rafa Mendez was like I was like infatuated with the way he moved. And then you got the young guys like Gary, Gianni Grippo. Those guys were big influences on when I was coming up through the ranks. Just, you know, how dedicated they were to the craft and just the way they competed. Period.
I like getting everyone's aspect on that just because, you know, it throws some different names out there for people watching and like, you know, getting to talk to higher level people. It's cool to see who they looked at. Then I can go back and look at them too.
Yeah, 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 for sure, for sure. And that Joey
Um,
Bear too. He's an animal too.
Man, that Joey Bear's weak. I hope he sees that too. I'm kidding. Don't get upset by that joke.
That's funny.
Um, so with, you know, obviously the stuff going on, it's a little hard to maybe pinpoint an exact date or exact show. But do you have anything in mind for something you'd want to get on next?
You know, I just been taking it easy. I'm gonna try to, you know, if anything comes about, you know, if it's right for me, I'll take it. But right now, I really just want to concentrate on getting back to business and growing my school. You know, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I'm 37 years old, so it's
Man, I didn't realize he's that
I
old.
yeah, I really want to start concentrating on growing this school up. So hopefully one day be my full time gig.
Have you had that school for about 3 years now?
4 years. Yep, 4 years.
Four?
Yep.
How many, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, how many? That's adorable. How many members are you up to?
We're around like 40 range.
That's cool.
Hi, baby.
Hi.
Daddy's talking. That's Daddy's friend. We're talking about jujitsu.
Does your kids train?
Not yet. He'll definitely be training this one. He's gonna be an
That's
animal.
awesome.
I'm already
And
kind of
they,
like rolling with him and making him do things he doesn't even know he's doing that has to do with jujitsu.
that's great. I like seeing your all's posts, man. Your kids are adorable. I love them.
Thank you.
Um,
They get it from
so,
their mom.
um, with your school, do you kind of want to talk about some of the programs you have for anyone in that area that might watch?
You know, we just teach uh, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, grappling, wrestling, it's a little bit of self-defense. You know, we're not crazy MMA school. We just teach pure jiu-jitsu and modern day jiu-jitsu. A little bit with a little
Sure.
bit of wrestling swag.
I mean, hey man, at least you're all making it work. I'm sure this COVID's probably affected that a little bit, but I'm sure like you're a really good competitor, really good instructor from what I've seen. I'm sure you'll have no problem getting right back
Yeah,
up there.
I'm fairly optimistic. This, you know, hopefully this is a good thing for us. You know, everybody stays away, gets healthy, and comes
Yeah,
back ripping and roaring. Maybe some people have this on their punch list that they've been putting off, and then I finally get them. So we'll see what happens.
absolutely.
Hopefully
You
that
never
that
know.
member that members go way up.
Right. People be tired of staying inside. Like, I want to do
Yeah, they're
something
like, you
different.
know what? I've been taking freedom for granted and life for granted. I gotta go do some jujitsu.
Heck yeah, dude. Um, so were you are affiliated with Tenzo? Did you, when you first started, or even as you progressed, did you ever look at maybe another affiliation, or like were you solely set on Henzo? And if so, why?
So, so I am Henzo. Well, my instructor is Rich Latta. He's a first generation black belt under Henzo. Um, so I'm not a affiliation under Henzo, even though those
Oh,
guys are cool with me. Like they'll coach me if I'm like by myself or something. But I'm not actually affiliated with anybody. Just Padilla
got you.
BJJ. We're by ourselves. But no, I've never. I've had offers of joining other affiliations, but I just feel like when when somebody Google's self defense in their area or whatever, a lot of times they're not looking for Henzo Gracie specifically, so I just put my name on the building, and hopefully, I draw from there.
For sure. Um, I'm sure there's also other perks to being an independent too. Um,
Yeah, like I don't got nobody to answer to. I can do what I want, kind of, and that's how I wanted it. There's no specific reason like I didn't become an affiliation. Like I just went off on my own. I got my full blessing from my instructor, so I could have very easily stayed a part of that, but like with how much it cost and what it brings, I feel like as a small business, it wasn't the right move for me at the time. Not to say that I won't do it later on in my um in my career, but for now, it's just Padilla BJJ.
well, and like you said, smart for you business wise and whatever works, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's not like you can't. Google's so easy now. It's not like you can't just Google. Okay, let's see how legit this guy is. Google Mike Padilla BJJ, and you're gonna see
Right.
some. This guy's not some guy that just sits on the couch. I lead from the front.
Absolutely. Well, you've been in the game, since for a long time. You want to talk about how some of the techniques have evolved since you've started, and maybe competing has evolved?
Yeah, I mean, like definitely with I feel like everything eventually comes full circle. Like when I started, I had a bunch of people on my team that were like crazy into leg locks, and I hated them. I couldn't stand them, until like the like an actual system was presented, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, they make that look really easy, like the just simple back step into the honey hole. I'm like, what is
Yeah,
that? So definitely things like that have changed. But like I've always been the type of guy that keeps watching what's coming next. So like my jujitsu never was like right. I learned the basics pretty quick. So like I
yeah.
was always hunting for the newer stuff, the newer transitions. So I can't really say that anything has ever really changed for me because I was always just chasing the new shit anyway.
Well, that's cool. Maybe I can pick your brain a little bit with you saying that. Is there anything specific that you think might be the new big thing in jiu-jitsu?
The new thing,
Yeah, the new thing,
yeah,
the
like
new flash.
are you're still a white belt, right?
I'm a blue belt now.
You're a blue
Woo!
belt? Even better.
Quarantine blue belt.
Yeah, so like when I was coming up, and this isn't like anything new, but like I was decent. I was already decent because I was a decent wrestler, so I was always decent on my feet. My balance and everything kept me on my feet, so it was hard for people to sweep me.
Yeah.
So right away at white belt, my instructor's like, just stay on your ass. So I wanted to be the best sweeper, not the best submitter, not the like. I just wanted to reverse that position, get on top, and then start working in the back. So if you can be, if you can, if it, I always tell people, I'm like, don't worry about the submissions. They're gonna come later. Let's get to that position to where the submission we can start working our submissions. The position's the way best. So I always say sweeping and passing the guard are like the two most probably underrated things that are in jiu-jitsu right now. Everybody's just falling back for leg locks, or not saying that's that bad or anything, but I always like to see a pass to guard or get a sweep to a pass, then to that position to get the back to submission. That's always a beautiful thing for me.
Man, it's funny you
So
said that because,
sweeps, and passing the guard can't go wrong. Look at JT Torres. He don't
yeah,
submit many people, and the guy just sweeps, submits, takes people, or sweeps, takes people down, passes their guard, and just demoralizes them. Simple
yeah,
jujitsu.
stuff like that happens, and you're just like, man, I can't believe that I just let that dude
Yeah,
pretty much,
yeah, it's a
yeah.
high level guys, high level guys. It's amazing.
Um, where you all are so high level and up there, which I'm sure for you it's probably differs a little bit, where you do it just for fun. But do you feel like if a high level guy was to go out there, put it all on the line, and then loses, is it harder to make that comeback, or do you feel like that it's just an instant, eh, go back, do it again?
Some guys get their feelings hurt. Like me, like I never cared about losing that much. I was always put a show on first, worry about winning later. So like I didn't really care. Some matches hurt, but like me, I just wipe it off, go on to the next one. Like I got nothing to prove. For me to even be at on some of these stages, I was already winning just to be there. You know what I mean? Like, so like I just didn't care. We just go out there, have fun. Those high level guys. Some of them can't take a loss. Some of them can take a loss. Some of them come right back. It's weird. I think it's that's definitely all mindset. It's all mindset, and mindset's so important in this game, and really any competition, a sport, competitive sport. Mindset's 90% of this game.
For sure. I think a lot of like lower belts, like even blue belts, maybe don't necessarily understand what they mean by that until they do start competing a whole lot, and it's like,
And they put too much
oh,
stress on themselves.
yeah,
It doesn't matter. Jujitsu compared to life doesn't matter. Like so why even get so worked up like your life's gonna end? Just go out there, do the best you can do. If you can do the best you can do, then just walk away. No matter win or lose, at least you know that you were there wholeheartedly.
100%. Um, where like we said, you've been in this for a long time. Between then and now, if you could go back throughout like your whole jiu-jitsu journey, is there anything you would change, or would you all do it just the same?
Yeah, I wouldn't have wasted the time fighting MMA.
I
That's
didn't
all.
even know you fought MMA. Let's talk about
Yeah,
that
I
a little
got
bit. Let's open that can of worms.
yeah, I wasn't mature enough for MMA. So I started training, and then within 3 months, 3 to 6 months, I had my first MMA fight.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I fought like 7 times in 3 years, or 7 times in 2 years. I wasn't mature enough. I was still going out partying. Granted,
Oh
I was like
no.
20. I think I was 26 years old,
Yeah.
but I was very immature. So I was still partying, not doing the right things, working out. not working out, I should say, eating like crap. Right after weigh-ins, I would cut weight like an idiot, probably 15 pounds the day of same day
Oh no.
weigh-in. Yeah, I'd go out to the boardwalk because they were always like Atlantic City and eat like a cheesesteak or a sausage. I was just a dumbass. Every fight
That's
that I've
awesome.
ever lost, I was winning like decisively until I gassed out.
That's all cashed out.
So
That's awesome.
yeah, which was every time. So I think I mustered a record of like uh 2-4 or something like that. I forget. I don't even know. It was really bad. And like I should have been smashing these guys, but it is what it is. It
Lesson
was a good
learned.
experience. It was a good
Yeah.
experience, but as soon as I stopped fighting and training to fight, my jiu-jitsu skyrocketed. So I wish I didn't waste those 2 years on fighting MMA, or maybe
So
waited till I was like a brown belt to fight MMA.
okay, so there's been two questions for you. Before you fought, had you already been training jiu-jitsu for a while, or was it like as soon as you started training, 3 or 6 months in, you had your
No,
fight?
yeah. So I started training. Six
Oh
months later,
wow,
I fought. Yeah,
man, that's
yeah,
ooh, that's
yeah.
rough.
I'm not very smart.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Would you ever fight again, or is it you're done,
Now
retired
it's
in the ring?
curtains. Yeah, it's curtains for me. I'm just a dad.
Understandable, man. Them kids, dude. Kids come
Yo.
first.
Hmm.
Well, Mike, I appreciate your time today. Before we sign off here, I want to give a special shout out to our sponsors, Sweeps Apparel. They got cool shirts for us made up. They're available for pre-order on our website, sweepsapparelcompany.com. Stretch 9 also has some cool gear that they're sending us, so shout out to them. B2G Coffee Company, thank you so much for everything you've done for us. Mike, if you have anyone you want to give a shout out to, you can do that now.
Just shout out to my team, um, and shout out to everybody in the jiu-jitsu community. We're in this together. Let's keep hope alive. Hopefully soon we'll get back to doing what we love. And to my family, I love you guys, and that's all.
Thanks for coming on, Mike.
Thanks for having me, Brett. Take care.
You too, dude.
Tell Joe I love him.
Absolutely.
All right, bye.
Bye.